They represent the future. Clean lines, silent operation, zero tailpipe emissions. Electric vehicles, the gleaming symbols of our transition to a greener world. Our best hope to combat the climate crisis. They promise cleaner air, energy independence, a break from fossil fuels choking our planet. But behind the polished chrome and eco-friendly marketing lies a darker reality. A reality hidden deep within the earth, in the mines that supply the essential ingredients for those revolutionary batteries. Cobalt, lithium, nickel. Minerals extracted often at a devastating human and environmental cost. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, UNICEF once estimated that 40,000 children worked in mines supplying much of the world's cobalt. In South America's Lithium Triangle, indigenous communities watch their ancestral lands wither as mining consumes scarce water resources. This is the paradox at the heart of the electric revolution. Is our drive for climate solutions built on a foundation of human suffering? Are we simply trading one set of environmental and ethical problems for another? The demand for transition minerals is projected to increase 5 to 10-fold by 2050. Without robust safeguards, this rapid expansion risks deepening existing global inequalities and creating new sacrifice zones where climate mitigation comes at the direct expense of human dignity. Cobalt mining. Our journey begins in the Democratic Republic of Congo, source of over half the world's cobalt. Here, mining is divided between large industrial operations and a vast artisanal sector where the most harrowing abuses have historically occurred and, tragically, continue to persist. The most notorious issue: child labor. Reports document children as young as 7 digging in treacherous tunnels, carrying heavy loads, breathing toxic dust, often for less than $1 a day. Despite international attention, the problem endures. The U.S. Department of Labor's 2023 report assessed the DRC's progress as minimal advancement. Estimates of children still working in cobalt mines range from 5,000 to 35,000. The dangers extend beyond children. Tunnel collapses claim lives. Workers lack basic protective gear, leading to chronic lung diseases. Between 2010 and 2023, at least 53 work-related deaths were documented in transition mineral extraction globally. The expansion of mining devastates communities. Forced evictions are conducted with little warning and inadequate compensation. Amnesty International documented ongoing forced evictions near Kolwezi as recently as 2024. Mining pollutes vital water sources and farmland, destroying livelihoods. The complex supply chains, often involving Chinese traders and processors, allow multinational corporations to maintain plausible deniability about the cobalt's true origins. Lithium extraction. Lithium extraction presents different but equally severe challenges, centering on water access and indigenous rights, particularly in South America's Lithium Triangle, where over 60% of known reserves are located. Here, lithium is extracted by pumping vast quantities of groundwater from beneath salt flats into surface ponds for evaporation. This water-intensive process consumes enormous amounts of an already scarce resource in some of the world's driest regions. Mining companies face allegations of depleting freshwater sources vital for local communities, impacting agriculture, livestock grazing, and drinking water access. Crucially, over 80% of the world's lithium resources lie within indigenous peoples' ancestral territories. The lithium rush directly threatens their lands, livelihoods, and sacred sites. Free, prior, and informed consent, FPIC, is frequently violated. Investigations found violations in Argentina's Jujuy province, while widespread protests have erupted in Chile's Atacama region. These conflicts aren't confined to developing nations. The Thacker Pass lithium mine in Nevada was permitted on land sacred to northern Paiute and western Shoshone peoples, despite opposition from multiple tribal governments. A 2025 report concluded, disturbingly, mining reportedly continues even on small islands where it's legally prohibited. This environmental destruction translates directly into human rights violations. The 2024 report documented land grabbing, coercion, and intimidation of communities, often involving state security forces. Communities lose farmland and traditional livelihoods. Access to clean water is compromised, forcing residents to buy water at great expense. Air pollution from smelters has caused a dramatic surge in respiratory illnesses in nearby villages. Corporate accountability. So how is the industry responding? Under international standards, companies have a clear responsibility to ensure their supply chains are free from abuse. Yet recent assessments paint a bleak picture. Amnesty International's 2024 report ranked 13 major EV brands on their human rights due diligence. The results were described as a massive disappointment. No company scored higher than 51 out of 90 points. Mercedes-Benz topped the list, 51, followed by Tesla, 49, and Stellantis, 42. At the bottom were BYD, 11, Mitsubishi, 13, and Hyundai, 21. The report highlighted systemic failures, lack of supply chain transparency, inadequate risk assessment, poor public reporting, and weak remediation systems. Many companies still lack basic knowledge about where their minerals come from and the conditions under which they were extracted. The inconsistent performance shows that better due diligence is possible but not prioritized. The poor showing of major players risks perpetuating abuses as they gain market share. Regulation and voluntary initiatives. Regulatory efforts are emerging. The EU battery regulation represents perhaps the most significant development, mandating due diligence for key raw materials from August 2025. However, its impact hinges on robust enforcement and clear implementation guidelines. The U.S. lacks a comparable framework. Current policy seems more focused on securing domestic supply chains, potentially fast-tracking permits in ways that conflict with environmental and indigenous rights. What are your thoughts on the hidden costs of electric vehicles? Share in the comments below. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analyses of environmental and social challenges. Together, we can demand a truly just and sustainable future.